Instacart is in need of making some serious changes to their app. The majority of shoppers out there are very unhappy with the way that the app currently treats shoppers. Now, if you are 100% satisfied with how the Instacart app is working out for you right now as a shopper, go ahead and skip this video because I'm going to be suggesting some major overhauls to the Instacart shopper app. In this video, not only will I address the issues, but I'm also going to point out solutions. And one of the major issues that I'm going to be addressing is the Instacart bots and how Instacart can tackle this, because there is a blueprint out there for them to use. There are other apps in the gig economy that have encountered these problems and have addressed them. Instacart does not currently look to be using any of these proven strategies, and we're going to take a look at exactly what those strategies are. So if you find this video useful, make sure to smash that like button because we need to get this video out there, get more coverage on these issues so that they are cleared up and shoppers can go back to making money on the Instacart platform. The first topic that I want to hit on is probably the most important. It's no secret that bots have been taking over the Instacart platform, but Instacart has done very little to address this problem. If you talk to anyone at Instacart or Instacart support, they will tell you that these bots do not exist. But they definitely do, and they've taken a different form than they had in the past. You see, in the past, there were apps that you could download to get faster Instacart batches. People would pay for these bot apps, and then eventually Instacart would figure out what they were, and they would get shut down. Now what we're seeing out there is a large number of scripts. So this is basically a bunch of code that you can run in a program on your Android, on your iPhone. You need to download a separate program for that, some sort of terminal, some sort of script runner. And using this script on your phone, you can actually select batches in a range that you choose. So people are running these scripts to select high-paying batches faster than other shoppers. And this is not a problem that is unique to Instacart. It's a problem that Amazon Flex has dealt with in the past. So let's take a look at some of the measures Amazon Flex has put into place in order to make it more difficult for these bots to run on their app. The first feature that Amazon Flex uses is login security. So every time you want to use the Amazon Flex app, you need to log back into it. You're not auto-logged in, you're not kept logged into the app. You have to enter that username and password each and every time you want to find batches, you want to log in to do a batch. This is probably the easiest first step that Instacart could take. But Amazon Flex, of course, has gone a lot further than that. They require a two-step authentication, so they will send you a code via text message, and then you have to enter that code into the app to continue logging in. Furthermore, the Amazon Flex app requires you to do photo verification. This happens every so often when Amazon Flex delivery drivers are in the app. Maybe it's when they're doing something that's bot-like, and maybe it's just every once in a while, but it requires the driver to take a photo in real time, and then the app compares that with your profile picture to make sure that it's still you using the app. These extra measures are not a perfect fix, but they go a long way to helping the Amazon Flex app weed out some of these bots. At the moment, it's just far too easy to create an Instacart shopper account, to log into that account, stay logged in, and to never have your identity verified or questioned by the app. It's basically a hacker's dream, and it makes it way too easy for these bots to continue taking the best batches, and sometimes all of the batches from other shoppers that really deserve these batches. And the lack of batches that shoppers are currently seeing out there is not only because of these bots, it's also because Instacart has been hiring a ton of new shoppers, and they have not been shy about this. So I would recommend that Instacart places more stringent limits on how many shoppers are hired at any given time. Amazon Flex and Grubhub are great examples of this. They have very long waiting lists to get on the app. This makes sure that there is adequate demand available for people who are currently working on the app, and they're not flooded with new shoppers, with new delivery drivers that want to take that work away from them. Now, say what you will about Amazon. There's been a lot of negative press out there, but if you talk to most Amazon Flex delivery drivers, they will say that their system is relatively fair. A lot of drivers are satisfied with their earnings. There's a lot of consistency in the earnings, and they do pay pretty decent hourly wages. So if you're intelligent as an independent contractor and you have a vehicle that gets good gas mileage, does not require a lot of maintenance, then you can do pretty decent on this platform, either full-time or as a side hustle. So now we've hit the first two big points. That is the bots issue and the too many shoppers issue. And what exactly has Instacart done to date in order to kind of address these issues? Well, they have not done a whole lot. And one of the things that they have done is they've started suggesting batches that are outside of your region to shoppers. Now, I think this is a very poor fix to the issue. Essentially, you're asking shoppers to drive very far away to pick up those batches. I was in the Shopper app the other day, and living in Seattle, I was suggested a batch in Issaquah. For me, this is close to a 40-minute drive to get over there. It becomes more of a day trip, and it is not worth the money for that batch. And even if I wanted to take that batch, first I'd have to book an Airbnb, I'd have to pack my bags, and by the time I got all of that stuff done, the batch would no longer be there. So Instacart, if you're listening, please heed this advice and fix the first two problems that were outlined. And there are still plenty of places where Instacart has a lot of room for improvement. One of those is rewarding veteran shoppers and rewarding shoppers with better metrics. They used to do a decent job of this, but it's kind of just a free-for-all right now. The Grubhub platform does a great job of this, allowing delivery drivers that have been on the platform for a certain number of days and that have a high enough acceptance rate, better metrics than other drivers, to access priority scheduling of their shifts. Now, Instacart used to have a scheduling feature, but they completely did away with this and went with on-demand. But on-demand is very problematic when you aren't prioritizing who those batches are given to. It creates a very unfair environment that has been manipulated entirely in the past couple months by bots, by shoppers, by just about anyone that wants to take advantage of this system. Now, beyond just rewarding veteran shoppers and shoppers with better metrics, Instacart should do a better job of taking care of all of their shoppers. They've really done quite a bit to take advantage of the independent contractors instead of taking care of independent contractors. There needs to be more done in the way of sick leave, in the way of protecting shoppers who are out there on the front line, and giving shoppers more benefits. Once Instacart can start to address all of these problems, they will show me that they can be a platform that is sustainable going forward. And what I mean by sustainable is not only advantageous to customers and to corporate employees, but to everyone who is involved in this ecosystem, and that includes shoppers. There's a lot of work to do, but I am more than confident that all of these metrics, all of these goals are achievable. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more gig economy related videos. And once again, smash that like button so that we get this out there, so that it reaches more people, and so that we can start making these changes.